How is everything with you all? With me, Miss Happy, in English lesson. Welcome to our lesson today. Tujuan pembelajaran untuk hari ini adalah yang pertama, memahami kalimat past perfect tense. Yang kedua, mengidentifikasi kalimat past perfect tense dalam dialog. Well, students, today I'm going to talk about past perfect tense. It's about definition, pattern or form, function, and adverb of time. So, what is past perfect tense? Past perfect is used for action that started and finished in the past before another action started. The other action also occurred in the past. Past perfect digunakan untuk tindakan yang dimulai dan berakhir pada waktu lampau sebelum tindakan lainnya dimulai. Tindakan lainnya juga terjadi pada waktu lampau. Next is about the form of past perfect tense. Subject, had, past perfect, or verb 3, object. For example, I had written a story. You had bought a shirt. We had cleaned the room. They had played tennis. He had gone to school. She had given a present. It had swum very fast. Using the past perfect can change the meaning of sentence. For example, sentence number 1. When he arrived, the train left. Sentence number 2. When he arrived, the train had left. Now, check it out this video.
In the first sentence, when he arrived, the train left. This means he arrived and the train left immediately after. But if we say, when he arrived, the train had left, this means that the train left first, and then he arrived. So, he missed the train. We can use the past perfect to tell us which event happened first. For example, if we add the word had to this sentence, Peter had moved to Paris, we know that this action happened first. But if we put had in the other sentence, Mary had found a job in Paris, now this action happened first.
Okay, students, there are some functions of the past perfect tense. Number 1, we use the past perfect to express a past action finished before another action in the past. Kita menggunakan past perfect untuk mengungkapkan tindakan di waktu lampau yang selesai sebelum tindakan lainnya di waktu lampau. Number 2, the past perfect is also used in reported speech and third conditional. Past perfect juga digunakan dalam kalimat langsung dan kalimat pengandaian tipe 3. Number 3, in addition, past perfect can be used to express a past with wish or regret. Past perfect juga digunakan untuk mengungkapkan keinginan di waktu lampau atau penyesalan. Next is about adverb of time that can be used in past perfect. Keterangan waktu yang dapat kita gunakan dalam past perfect, yaitu after, before, when, as soon as, by the end of, by the time, by 1 o'clock yesterday. Now, let's watching the video and observe the past perfect in the dialogue and the video.
How was your date last night, Jake?
It turned out okay, but I had some problems along the way.
Why? What happened?
It started when I was getting ready to meet Anne. After I had brushed my teeth, I used some mouthwash to make sure my breath would be extra fresh. At first, I was fine, though it was a strong taste. But the taste got more intense as I rinsed my teeth, and my mouth felt like it was on fire. Then I looked at the bottle I had used. I realized I had rinsed my mouth with aftershave instead of mouthwash. The mouthwash and aftershave bottles were right next to each other. I quickly rinsed my mouth and used the mouthwash from the right bottle this time.
You must have been pretty distracted to make that kind of mistake. Did everything else go okay?
Unfortunately, no. I went to get dressed and realized I had left my best shirt in the washer. I had meant to put it in the dryer before I started getting ready. I went to get it from the washer, but my mother had already put it in the dryer. I was relieved until I took it out. The shirt had shrunk.
Oh no. Did you find something else to wear?
I was running short on time, so I threw on a different shirt and ran out the door. I got to the restaurant in the nick of time. I sat at a table to wait for Anne to arrive. After I had waited for a few minutes, I realized I had put my shirt on inside out. This had never happened to me before last night. I went to the bathroom to fix it. When I came back, a waiter had given my table to someone else. I told a server what had happened, but he said I would have to wait for another table. After about 10 minutes, I told them that I had waited long enough. They finally gave me a new table, apologizing that they had made a mistake.
Did Anne show up?
No, I began to get frustrated. I had been sitting at the table for about 15 minutes when Anne called me. She sounded upset. She said that she had waited for me for over 20 minutes. She had left the restaurant and was in her car, about to go home.
How come you never saw her?
I asked her where she had sat at Taqueria Loca, and she sounded surprised. She had been at Taqueria San Jose. Since I already had a table, I told her to come to Taqueria Loca.
Then Anne made it to the restaurant, right?
Yes, she did. After 10 minutes had passed, Anne finally showed up. When I saw her, I felt the wait had been worth it. We stayed at the restaurant for a long time, eating and talking.
Okay, students, after watching the video, we take a look the example of past perfect based on the dialogue. Number 1. When I came back, a waiter had given my table to someone else. Number 2. I asked her where she had sat at Taqueria Loca. Number 3. After 10 minutes had passed, and finally showed up. Number 4. I went to get it from the washer, but my mother had already put it in the dryer. Number 5. I had meant to put it in dryer before I started getting ready. Number 6. This had never happened to me before last night. Well, students, here the list of irregular verbs. You can read and study it at home. And how about to make negative and interrogative sentence of past perfect tense? Well, don't worry. Next lesson, we will discuss it. Okay, students? That's all about past perfect tense. Open your Google Classroom and do your task. If you have any difficulties, you can contact my WhatsApp number. Thank you and see you again in next lesson.
Thank you for watching this video.